What's the number one thing that you need to know heading into birth? Let's talk about it. This video is going to be for pregnant moms who feel like they're white knuckling through pregnancy. You're doing everything right, the appointments, the vitamins, the preparation, but no one has addressed the stress that you carry in your body every single day. You deserve more than generic advice. So, in this video, you're going to discover how your stress hormones directly impact your baby's brain development, why your nervous system is like the air traffic controller for your entire pregnancy, and what actually happens in your body and your babies during birth, and the missing piece of prenatal care that can change everything for both of you. So, first, I want to share two birth stories with you, and I want you to see the difference. So, in our first story, mom arrives to the hospital at 36 weeks for a scheduled induction. She wasn't planning on this, but her doctor recommended it because baby's measuring big and her blood pressure's been creeping up. Now, mom's anxious. Didn't sleep the night before. Her nervous system's already running hot. And then they get there and they start Pitocin at 6 a.m. Within an hour, the contractions are intense, way more intense than natural labor would start, with no gradual build, no time for her body to ease into it, just hard, fast, relentless contractions. And by 10 a.m., she can't take that anymore because Pitocin contractions are intense. And so they give an epidural, which the epidural numbs the pain, but now she can't move. She's stuck in the bed on her back, and labor starts to slow. The cervix stops progressing, so they increase the Pitocin. But then baby's heart rate starts dropping with each contraction. The monitors are beeping, nurses are coming in more frequently, and the energy in the room shifts. But by 2 p.m., the doctor says that we need to get this baby out. You've been pushing for an hour with no progress, and baby's in distress. They try forceps, maybe even a vacuum. Heart rate drops again. So that where we're going to the OR for an emergency C-section. And then baby's born, but immediately taken to the warmer. They're stressed, they're crying, and they're panicked with a dysregulated system. They're suctioning aggressively. And mom finally gets to hold baby 45 minutes later and tries to breastfeed. But the baby won't latch. Too dysregulated, too overwhelmed. So they go home 3 days later. Baby is screaming constantly with reflux. They won't sleep unless held. And even then, they're waking up every 45 minutes, constipated, arching their back during feeds. But the pediatrician says that it's colic, that it's normal, that they'll grow out of it. But 3 months later, still screaming, still not sleeping. Mom's completely depleted. Postpartum depression has set in. However, story two, it's a completely different birth, completely different mom. Her due date comes and goes. 40 weeks, then 41 weeks. Midwife checks in. How are you feeling? Great. Baby's moving great. I'm sleeping. I feel calm. Perfect. Your body's going to start labor when it's ready. 41 weeks and 2 days. Wakes up at 2 a.m. with some gentle contractions. She breathes through them. Moves around her house. Sits on the birth ball. Takes a shower. By 8 a.m., contractions are stronger, but still manageable. Texts the midwife and says, hey, stay home as long as you can. You're doing amazing. So she labors at home until 2 p.m. Now, contractions are every 3 to 4 minutes. They're intense, but she's in her zone. So she arrives at the birth center, 7 centimeters dilated, and you've done most of the work at home, the midwife says. So she gets in the tub, warm water, dim lights, partner breathing with her. Her nervous system feels safe. Oxytocin's flowing, labor's progressing smoothly. At 5 p.m., she starts to feel the urge to push, instinctively, but powerfully. Her body knows exactly what to do. 20 minutes of pushing, and baby is born at 5:23. Straight to her chest, skin to skin immediately. Baby's calm, alert, wide eyed, and peaceful. Within 10 minutes, baby starts rooting around to find the breast. They latch perfectly, and they stay skin to skin for 2 hours. Baby's quiet, they're content, they're regulated. They go home that night, and from day one, baby's sleeping 2 to 3 hour stretches. They're pooping regularly, they're nourishing well, and only cries when they're hungry or needs a diaper change. But mom feels strong, feels empowered, and not depleted. Now, obviously, these births are drastically different, and here's what most people think made the difference: the location, hospital versus birth center, or provider, OB versus midwife, or the pain management choices. But that's not it. The foundational difference, the thing that determined everything that followed, was the state of mom and baby's nervous system. Now, in story one, mom's nervous system was stuck on the gas pedal, the fight or flight mode, stressed before labor even started. Her body didn't feel safe enough to initiate labor naturally, so it needed Pitocin to force it. And then every intervention added more stress. And baby's nervous system mirrored mom's dysregulated nervous system during birth. And then they were dysregulated after birth. But in story two, mom's nervous system was regulated. She could flow between the gas and the brake. Her body felt safe enough to wait until it was truly ready. And labor progressed naturally because her system could do what it was designed to do. Baby co regulated with mom. Calm nervous system from day one. The same biology, the same human design, but completely different outcomes. And it all comes down to this: your nervous system is your baby's first teacher. You can think about your nervous system as the air traffic controller for your entire body. It controls your heartbeat, your digestion, your sleep, your immune responses, and your stress reactions, all without you thinking about it. Your autonomic nervous system has two main parts: the sympathetic system, or our gas pedal, that activates when you need to respond to something, but the parasympathetic system, or your brake pedal, that helps you to rest, digest, and recover. And when everything works right, you press the gas when it's needed and the brake when it's needed. But chronic stress causes these two pedals not to be used at the right times. And more importantly, not to be able to flow from one to the other. And why this matters for birth is because birth isn't just a physical event, it's a nervous system event. Because labor actually begins in a parasympathetic dominant state. Oxytocin, which is the hormone that starts contractions, is released most effectively when mom feels safe and calm. But as labor progresses to pushing, the nervous system must shift to sympathetic activation, but only at the right time. And when mom enters birth already stuck in stress mode or can't flow from gas and brake, this sequence gets disrupted. And there's research that actually links safe birth environments to shorter labor, increased oxytocin release, and lower pain. After birth, baby's first regulation comes through co regulation with mom, skin to skin, eye contact, heartbeat rhythm syncing up. And if mom's nervous system is dysregulated, that co regulatory loop is actually harder to establish. Now, this is the missing piece of prenatal care. Standard pregnancy care monitors your baby's growth. They screen for complications, they track development, all essential work. I'm not knocking it, but there's usually no assessment of your nervous system function. You get told to reduce stress without any way to measure whether your system is regulated or if it's stuck. Now, this is where neurologically focused chiropractic care fills in the gap with the insight scans, with our thermal imaging, the surface EMG, and heart rate variability testing, we can objectively measure how your nervous system is functioning. And then gentle chiropractic care helps to restore the balance between the gas pedal and the brake pedal. And when your nervous system is regulated, your baby's developing brain and nervous system can actually learn regulation too. Now, you can't control every variable of pregnancy and birth. Sometimes life saving interventions are needed, and we're so grateful for those. That's how my son came into the world. But even when those are needed, we need our nervous system to know what to do. And before birth comes, we can choose to support the one system that influences everything else, your nervous system. Earlier in pregnancy is better, but it's never too late to start. And if you're ready to get real answers about your nervous system function, our team at Haven Family Chiropractic would love to help. So check the link in our bio, comment below, or send us a DM to schedule your neurological insight scans because your baby's nervous system is being shaped right now. And let's make sure that it's learning calm.